Alright, so in this one we are going to do how to add one piece of clay to another. So the first thing is that you want your two pieces of clay to be in the same stage of life. So if this is slightly leather hard, this should be slightly leather hard, etc. If this is mostly leather hard, starting to be drier, so should this. You do want to do additions during the early leather hard stage. It's when things are most likely to actually stay. So first, the steps to adding something are always to score, which means make marks, to add slip to both pieces, score both pieces, slip both pieces, and then firm pressure. You should be applying so much pressure when you're joining it that the slip kind of oozes out a little bit, because we'll clean it up later. So the more slip the merrier, so that you get that moment where the slip oozes out and you know that that suction is a solid join. So I was going to add a little smiley face, kind of like a blocky smiley face, to the bottom of my bowl. Okay, just for fun. So I need to, sometimes it's helpful to mark where you need to score, so place your piece and then just roughly kind of trace it so that I know that I'm scoring in the right spot. Again, scoring just means making marks, so lots and lots of marks. And your clay should not be so hard that it is difficult to make these marks, but not also so soft that the pressure of making these marks just forms your clay significantly. All right, mark the other piece. All right, and the point of the marks is that the slip goes into all those grooves and creates that suction join. So slip, again, for my class, we use the cream cheese containers. And just check to make sure it says white slip with grog if that's what we're using. Doesn't really matter. I'll probably just put out what we're using. All right, I just use my finger to do the slip. You can use a tool if the slip kind of freaks you out. Again, just slathering it on. Should be wet. If it's dry, you just gotta add some moisture to the slip so that it is what it's supposed to be. All right, so next is pressure. Now, depending on where you're adding something, if I just apply a ton of pressure, say to the wall of my bowl, I'm gonna bow the wall of my wall out by applying that pressure, right? I'll do it to my piece, because my piece is just a demo piece. Like if I'm trying to add something here, and I press, I've just disformed my bowl. Maybe you can fix it, sometimes you can't, right? Clay remembers when you ask it to stretch out. So we always want to brace the backside of whatever is being pushed against. So I'm attaching something to the bottom, so my other hand is on the bottom supporting it. If it was on the wall, that's where my hand would be, right? It should be wherever you are applying pressure. All right, and then you just do it. So line it up, score marks to score marks, slip to slip, apply a decent amount of pressure. The thing you made, if it's not quite leather hard, it might deform a little bit in the process. That is the perk of actually getting it to leather hard, is that it will not deform. All right. So now it does look kind of like a mess because all that extra slip oozed out. But it's really not a big deal. We can clean it up, no problem. You can use a tool. I honestly just use my finger if I can reach in there, and I smooth my finger along that seam. And now this seam that I just smoothed out right here, you can't even see a crack. Like it just looks like one continuous piece of clay. And I like that. I like that look of like, you can't see the crack. So I'll do my other pieces. And if there's spots you can't reach, use a tool to get in there. That's why we have tools. It's for the stuff we can't do with our hands or don't want to do with our hands. Okay, so my smiley face is in there. And because I did the scoring and the slipping and the pressure, when it goes into the kiln and cooks at 2,000 degrees, it should not fall off. Because we have convinced the clay that it is actually one piece together. Again, this is really the only way you should be adding new pieces to your clay without wedging, right? Like I didn't wedge these two pieces together. I'm adding two separately wedged pieces. I'm going to quickly do my eyes, just for fun. It's a little crooked. I think that's part of the charm. I might fix it. There we go. That looks better to me. So I would remove all the extra slip, and that should just be fine. So score both pieces, slip both pieces, apply that pressure, bracing the back side so that we're not pushing anything we don't want to push out of shape, and then just cleaning it up.